What is up? Welcome to the Hunx and his Punx Pre-Funx. I am heading out to that show. We are listening to Hunx and his Punx. Oh, this is what I thought it was. If you're not here, I don't know where you are. I have a feeling the show is going to be sold out. That being said, my feelings tend to be wrong, actually. It's usually when I'm completely I'm like, I thought I was the only person in the entire world who's heard of Chapel Roan. It's sold out. What? I'm usually surprised. Usually when I have a feeling it's going to sell out, it doesn't. So I'm a little bit hopeful about that. But yeah, there's going to be a little bit of a quickies episode because I do, like I said, I want to head out to the show. I want to be out the door probably around 7:30. I do want to catch the opening bands. Tchotchke I'm not too familiar with, but Wimps, I'm a huge fan. I will play some Wimps next. And of course, Hunx and his Punx at the Clock Out Lounge tonight. Happy International Dog Day. Shout out to everyone who joined me on my dog walk. Again, shout out to new subscribers, and of course, welcome back, longtime viewers. You are all are welcome here. Yeah, now I'm literally just trying to think of like what I did today. Okay, I did officially get the Bumbershoot. I have possession of the Bumbershoot tickets. We are going to Bumbershoot. I started to get nervous because the HR person who said they were going to be in my inbox by the end of the day yesterday, and they weren't. And then I started to think, oh my god, maybe this is one of those things where like a test to see if I'll fall for a scam. And I don't know. I just got myself paranoid, or just something went wrong, or oops, we actually gave it away to someone else, whatever it was. But yeah, no, I was afraid because I did all this talking. We're going to Bumbershoot, woohoo! And I was like, oh, I cash checks that my mouth can't deliver. But I have the tickets. We're going to Bumbershoot. And then I wasn't sure if I was going to go to this show tonight, just because, again, that's a full-on weekend of bands. I don't know. I don't need to go to another show. I never need to go to another show, but I'll always go to another show. I am curious if Tchotchke has anything on vinyl. Yeah, up next is Bad Boy, and I'm probably going to play Tonight by Hunx and his Punx as well. We will get to the news. What else? I had a meeting with kind of the big boss of my department. She is formerly my direct supervisor, so it wasn't like, her whole thing is like, I'm meeting with everyone. I just want to see how everything's going. Don't be nervous, even though I'm the big boss. And I'm like, I'm not nervous. I know you. And yeah, she's been my direct supervisor twice, actually, and as has my current supervisor. So this person, who's now head of our department, she was my immediate supervisor when I started. And then the person who's currently my supervisor became my supervisor. Then I had a third person because I moved into a different position. Then they moved into a different position. Then I had this original person just for a very brief moment. And then I went back to the second person who was my supervisor, who's now been my supervisor longer than anyone. And anyway, that was all really important. That was all relevant to the plot. The point being, she keeps getting tattoos, and I'm not judging tattoos. In fact, she got a hand tattoo. I was like, have I seen that? I don't think I have. It was very beautiful. It's like a floral motif. But she is an older person, and it's one of those things where you do know someone where like they got one, and the next time you see them, they've gotten like three, and the next time you're like, no, again, you don't have to pace yourself. Get as many tattoos as you want. I was like, oh, huh. Yeah, but I've actually joked to other people who said like, oh, I ran into so-and-so, and I'm like, oh, does she have any new tattoos? But it literally is every time I see her, she has new tattoos. And that's, again, I'm not judging, I'm not complaining. But since that's not very interesting, let's see what's happening in the news. Yeah, no, I had another meeting where we planned some stuff. I have a training the day after tomorrow I don't feel too prepared for, but I do have time tomorrow to prepare for it. Then we have a meeting for this thing that no one wants to do, but I guess we're contractually obligated, so I don't know. I'll let you know how that goes. BBC News, Israeli double strike on Gaza hospital. A double Israeli strike on a hospital in Gaza killed 20 people, including journalists and health workers, according to an outlet that works for the World Health Organization and the Hamas-run health ministry. At least one person was killed in the initial strike and others in the second attack minutes later as rescuers and journalists attended the scene at Nasir Hospital in Khan Yunis. I am going to play one more. This is Tonight Tonight. Hunx and his Punx playing Tonight Tonight at the Clock Out Lounge. Five journalists who worked for international media outlets, including the Associated Press, Reuters, Al Jazeera, and Middle Eastern Eye, have died. Later on Monday, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu called the incident a tragic mishap, which Israel deeply regrets, and said the military authorities were conducting a thorough investigation. Even Trump actually spoke out against it and said it was not good. So, hi, Carms. Is it against the rules to show my cat on International Dog Day? And then this is according to NBC News. Colleges across the country deal with shooting hoaxes as classes resume. At least half a dozen universities across the country welcome students to first day of fall classes with run and hide warnings about possible gunmen on campus. The most egregious, Nancy Mace shared random photo of a guy on a campus at, I think I want to say University of, I don't know where she was. Where is she? Is she South? I don't know where she's from. I don't know where Nancy is from. Anyway, she shared misinformation because it was literally just a picture of some random kid. People are like, you could have gotten this guy killed. You're saying that he is armed, and it's just a random picture. This wasn't a photo shared by law enforcement. This wasn't a photo. This was just a random picture. Both calls were initiated by unknown male and included background noise that mimicked gunfire. Y'all aren't cute. I don't care what your political motivations are. Y'all aren't cute. This is according to... wait. Okay, sorry. This is originally by Fortune. As I've said, I will now check every single Fortune article to make sure that it wasn't created using generative AI. Trump tariffs are becoming such an important source of revenue that they're now propping up America's debt rating. This is according, again, Fortune magazine, Jason Ma, and apparently no AI. Though Fortune is probably not the only one using AI for journalism. They're probably just the only ones admitting it. S&P Global reaffirmed the A+ rating and stable outlook last week, owing in part to robust tariff income, which should help offset impact of tax cuts and spending in the federal budget. While S&P doesn't see meaningful improvement in the fiscal deficit, it doesn't expect steep deterioration either. However, reciprocal tariffs face legal challenges and could be struck down. Am I just going to play Wimps now? Let's just get the bands who are playing tonight out of the way now. That way, because I was about to say I have a tendency to get lost in a time warp and then be like, oh shit, I gotta go. On that note, this is Time Suck by Wimps off of Repeat. Why are you looking at me like that? Oh, because I moved? Let's try that again. The de minimis thing it is officially over. That is the exemption on tariffs for packaged goods under $800. This is all the Shein and Temu and all that. That's officially over as of August 29th. And some countries have already stopped shipping. Again, we're listening to Wimps. They're playing tonight at the Clock Out Lounge. Yeah, the cost of mailing packages to the U.S. is set to surge after the Trump administration removed the rule exempting packages worth under $800 from tariffs from Friday. Packages will be subject to fees relating to the tariff rates applying to their country of origin, making postage much more expensive. Postal services will have to cover the increased costs or pass it on to consumers. Dozens of countries have suspended postal services to the U.S. to take time to adjust to the new rules and account for increased expenses. This is also according to Fortune, and I also did check this. It is not. They did not use generative AI. The author. This is interesting. Just so you know whose perspective this is. It's quite a lengthy article. Let's see. Stephen H. Hankey is a professor of applied economics at Johns Hopkins University, and I'm going to play. This is Trouble by Wimps, who are, again, playing tonight at the Clock Out Lounge. Professor of Applied Economics at Johns Hopkins University, he served on President Ronald Reagan's Council of Economic Advisors. His most recent book, co-authored with Matt Sirkirk, Making Money Work, How to Rewrite the Rules of Our Financial System, was released by Wiley in May. Known as the Money Doctor, he's advised presidents and prime ministers for over 40 years. So, probably someone who knows what they're talking about. He said it's time to unmask Trump tariffs for what they really are, a giant national sales tax that will hobble U.S. economic growth. That's what the Money Doctor has to say about tariffs. Associated Press, the U.S. wants to deport Abrigo Garcia to Uganda. He's gonna have quite the passport by the time he's done, huh? Just like whirlwind tour of like. Yeah, anything other than letting a union worker and father leaving him alone like that. I mean, that could always be an option, but anything other than that, obviously. This is Make It Through by Smush. Off of La Pente. This is according to Freight Waves, apparently a trucking industry publication. Florida turns way stations into immigration checkpoints. Florida has officially turned all 27 of its commercial truck way stations into immigration checkpoints. According to Associated Press, court tosses lawsuit by Trump against Maryland federal judges, calls it potentially calamitous. Federal judge on Tuesday threw out Trump administration's lawsuit against Maryland's entire federal branch. I'm sorry, I shouldn't even be laughing, but that's right. In an emphatic ruling that underscores the extraordinary nature of the suit, slamming it as potentially calamitous. U.S. District Judge Thomas Cullen, who was nominated by President Donald Trump, also criticized the administration's attacks on the judiciary, highlighting in a footnote that the White House officials in recent months have described judges as rogue, unhinged, and crooked, among other epithets. Although some tension between the coordinate branches of government is a hallmark of our constitutional system, this concerted effort by the executive to smear and impugn individual judges who rule against it is both unprecedented and unfortunate, he wrote. Again, this is a Trump appointee. The Trump administration has filed notice of appeal. Who is Fed Governor Lisa Cook, and why did Trump just attempt to fire her? She says he has no authority. And then, well, I think that can be explained. This is a think piece in. Oh, hold on. That was just Andrew Romano in Yahoo News. A think piece by Hitsick in the Los Angeles Times. Why are all these leading Democrats suddenly facing mortgage fraud charges? Guess who's behind it? The important question in the view of Adam Levitin of Georgetown Law is who's driving these investigations and levying these accusations, and whether they reflect a quote-unquote enemies list that Pulte has compiled on Donald Trump's behalf. I asked the FHFA to respond to Levitin's questions, but received no response. The Federal Housing Finance Agency, which is led by Trump acolyte and sycophant William J. Pulte, who in private life is a big home builder themselves. So basically they cried lawfare, 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 and now they're just weaponizing anything they can against anyone they can. And their justification being, well, they did it, and it's like, really? They raided John, and when I say against anyone, they're not even just, it's indiscriminate. It's John Bolton, who is a conservative, but he's not the right kind of conservative anymore, or a loyal. This is I'll Be Glad When You're Dead, You Rascal You. I haven't played this in a minute. I just love this song. This goes out to no one in particular. You know who you are. What? Oh, and then this feels, well, Rascal you. Oh. Okay, this feels adjacent. This is from an article from Semaphore. Why Republicans keep making anonymous liberals a problem for Democrats. Okay, here's the deal. Republican Lieutenant Governor Winsome Earl Sears had the best 2 days of fundraising after a liberal activist held up an inflammatory sign. The tone of the article, the Semaphore article, is basically like they singled out this one rogue activist and now they're trying to label all Democrats after it. You know what? Here's the thing, though. I mean, and this is the same thing with the Republicans who are like, I'm not with those whatever tiki torch carriers. It's like, yeah, but you are because you didn't denounce them loudly. People on the left aren't loudly denouncing these people who are saying and doing bad things. In any event, I'm sorry, let me back up. So Winsome Earl Sears is a black woman. The sign said, and she has said, and she's promoted school gender policies. So they held up a sign that said, and again, I am not advocating for this. I am not saying I agree with this. I'm a sentiment. I am denouncing it. And again, I think the problem is enough people don't or didn't. Anyway, an individual activist, they have her name, but I'm not going to say her name, carrying a sign that read, if trans, first of all, I'm not even. If trans can't doobity boop boop boop. If trans can't share your bathroom, then blacks can't share my water fountain. Oof. That is an incredibly bad take. The thing is, again, if people on the left didn't openly and loudly denounce them, make them leave, if that person was allowed to walk around, then yeah, then they're representing the left. You need to stand up against that shit, otherwise that shit represents you. And I talk a lot about this. Yeah, Jasmine Crockett, I like her. She speaks her mind, but she said some ableist bullshit about the governor, and I don't like him. But I don't think saying ableist bullshit about him makes it okay. I don't think his awful policies make saying ableist. It just becomes a level playing field of everyone's a bully and no one has a moral high ground anymore, and everyone can just So, again, keep at it or don't. And then back to the mortgage things. I mean, I would just say keep your nose clean. If you're in politics, keep your nose clean. This is Aurora who is playing Bumbershoot, where I will be this weekend because I won tickets. Boop, boop. She's the headliner on Sunday. If no one else, hold on. You may know her from a couple songs that have gone viral on TikTok, or you might know her as the voice of the North Winds from Frozen 2. No longer the highest grossing animated film of all time. I believe the highest grossing animated film of all time is now Neja, I believe is how it's pronounced, Neja 2. It is a Chinese language film that is currently experiencing its English dubbed theatrical release. It was released in a subtitled version earlier. A24 produced. It is their first animated feature. And again, it quietly became the highest grossing animated film of all time. Most people in America haven't heard of it at all. But making sure we're good on time. Texas House Republicans vote against retroactive punishments for quorum breakers. Exactly a week ago, Texas House Democrats returned to the state after fleeing to prevent Republicans from voting on President Donald Trump's big, quote-unquote, big, beautiful map. Remember, again, Texas, big, beautiful, California, uniquely unconstitutional for whatever reason, but despite the fact that in California they're actually allowing voters to vote on it. But yeah, uniquely undemocratic is whatever we say it means. During the special session, During the special session, 3 bills have been filed to either punish quorum breakers or prevent quorum breakers in the future, a measure added to the special session agenda by Greg Abbott on Wednesday. Oof, that's actually pretty clever. House Bill 18 bans fundraising during a quorum break. They do really be going after fundraising. After Citizens United made it basically legal for, like, they're really going after fundraising. I wonder what Aurora's crowd is like. Oh, I wonder if she'll wear shoes. I wonder if she'll be barefoot. She very famously performs barefoot, which grosses me out so much. That influencer who walked all over the New York City subway to prove, like, barefoot, to prove, well, our ancestors did it, so why? Yeah, they didn't do it in the New York City subway. She ended up getting a foot infection. In any event, Aurora can do whatever she wants. She's very talented. Also, she's very weird. If you don't know who Aurora is, you should look her up. I like to call her Baby Bjork because it strikes me as, like, exactly that. She's just like, and she has these like Aurora-isms that are just. Let me see if I like to make up my own and see if I can get them to sound like what she actually sounds like. Okay, I have to do one with dogs. Dogs are like little people on all fours, but with fur. Or I don't know. That wasn't very good. But yeah, no. She just says these things that are just, like, random, and you're just like, okay, Aurora. This is Book People by Wimps off of Suitcase. They are playing tonight at the Clock Out. Probably pretty shortly. According to The Independent, Trump's war on the First Amendment is likely to plant flag burning back on the Supreme Court steps. I'm sure it's what he wants because he has them in his pocket. It's a different Supreme Court than it was in 1989. Yeah, I don't know why I keep promoting the show while also simultaneously afraid that it's going to sell out. Don't go see Wimps and Hunx and his Punx at the Clock Out tonight. Definitely don't do that. That won't be a good show. Won't be a banger or a rager at all. And if you are not in the Seattle area and you can't make it, I will be live streaming it. Or at least, if it's not sold out. We'll find out. Russian drone strike Ukraine after Trump expresses anger at attacks. They're trolling you, bro. They dog walked you and now they're trolling you. According to The Wrap, NBC's Kristen Welker asks J.D. Vance point blank if Russians are stringing Trump along. Of course, he said not at all. J.D. Vance got absolutely destroyed for his embarrassingly wrong historical take. It also got a community note. He basically said, if you go back to World War II, if you go back to World War I, if you go back to every major conflict in history, because they always talk with the ill-informed, like with the confidence of someone who knows nothing about what they're talking about, but they're just going to say it anyway because it sounded good to them. And they literally don't. It's not even they don't know what fact check is. They don't care. Getting fact checked just means they will question the source. They will double down. They will just ignore critics. They will blame you just for criticizing them, regardless of whether the criticism is valid. How dare I even be criticized? what are you, a papal, like a what? Yeah, you were criticized because you are a public figure. Respond to the criticism, not the critic. In any event, but social media users, including historians, yeah, World War II ended with Germany and Japan's unconditional surrender, not negotiation. Yeah, 2 atomic bombs, Hitler's suicide again. Um, Appeasement failed. War with dictators ends with yeah. Okay. He's stupid, a liar, or both. Um, wow. Vance said World War II ended in negotiations. Someone tell that to Hiroshima. Um, the drawback to putting a child in high office. Wait, hold on. There's one comment. Stop rewriting history to push your appeasement agenda. Was Mussolini executed? I don't. Okay. Yeah, I didn't actually remember. Thank you, historians. We all can learn something. Yeah. War. J.D. Vance. Wars end with negotiation. Reality. World War II, the Civil War, the Gulf War, the Falklands all end in unconditional surrender. History disagrees with him. Let's put on some more music. This is Shirley Ellis with I See It, I Like It, I Want It. ABC News, Trump's plan to create a guard unit to quell civil unrest alarms experts. On Monday, Donald Trump ordered the Pentagon to create a National Guard unit in Washington, D.C. and across the country that would be designated to tamp down civil protests and ensure public safety, a job historically and legally has belonged to civilian law enforcement. Critics called Trump's desire to build a kind of rapid reaction force for civil unrest alarming, insisting his order pushes legal boundaries for the National Guard, an auxiliary force whose mission is to help fight foreign enemies abroad or aid Americans in times of extraordinary crisis like hurricanes and floods. The executive order signed Monday. Trump called on Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth to designate Army and Air National Guard members in each state who could rapidly deploy to help federal, state, and local law enforcement in quelling civil disturbances and ensuring public safety and order whenever the circumstances necessitate as appropriate under the law. I mean, honestly, give it in a society where vigilantes like Kyle Rittenhouse wander free, I'll take the National Guard. I mean, I don't know. That's probably the worst hot take, but I'm like, at least they will be organized and trained and not like vigilantes, rogue vigilantes. Because that's the other option. Backdoor, well, he has. They have chosen option A and option B, because option B is the Proud Boys. The three presenters, none of them have gone away. They're not seeking a lot of publicity right now. But trust me, they haven't gone away, and Enrique Tarrio hasn't gone away. He said he was going to run for Congress, but I doubt it. I think they're going to do a more behind the scenes thing, but trust me, they haven't gone anywhere. Oof. Right, yeah, no, speaking of artists. Okay, so the Cyruses are still out here being full-on racist. Trace Cyrus in particular, content warning, Billy Ray Cyrus. This is a remix, and he's one of 4 artists. It's Lil Nas X. Hope you're doing good, girl. I hope you are doing well. And then Mason Ramsey and Young Thug. So, well, maybe I can actually... Oh, no, I can't. He's the chorus. Never mind. I was like, maybe I can just silence the Billy Ray Cyrus parts. But unfortunately, unlike the Kanye verse on Forever, he's the chorus. So I'm just going to have to leave it. Oh, but I will commit to not playing the Billy Ray Cyrus version in the future. This is a story from The Atlantic. Trump's immigration crackdown is changing ICE from the inside out. And then basically it just goes into this weird ad that features rapper DaBaby, who, yeah, I stopped playing on this channel a long time ago after he made comments on stage about things. Yeah. But yeah, no, it's some pretty embarrassing, like, Ice Baby level shit. John Bolton slams Trump in his first comment since FBI raids, according to Independent. President Donald Trump's former national security advisor, John Bolton, spoke out after the FBI raided his home last week, taking aim at the president's stance. I can just talk over Billy Ray Cyrus. Fuck you, Billy Ray Cyrus. Sports car. Mason Ramsey. A.K.A. Walmart Kid. That line lives rent-free in my head. It is one of my favorite lines in all of country and rap. If you ain't got no giddy up, then giddy out my way. I don't know why I love it. And of course, the sample is 9 Inch Nails. Like that's the fifth artist on that split. This is Bent Cousin with Dizzy. This is a summer song, but I feel like specifically this is a late summer song. This is like going to the carnival late in the summer season, and the shadows have all changed from when you first went, and it feels just different, and you know fall is coming because the air feels different. This song feels like a late summer song. Anyway, this is Bent Cousin with Dizzy. The FBI raided the Trump advisor turned critic's home in Bethesda, Maryland, and office in Washington, D.C. on Friday morning as part of an investigation related to classified documents. Is it me or just all of it just feels like well, no, all of it feels it's all like schoolyard hunts. I'm not touching you. I know you are, but what am I? You did it first. Oh, critics tell Stephen Miller to get the fuck out over his claim about DC's takeover. So his claim that people can't wear watches in DC, and now thanks to Trump, people are walking up to National Guard and thanking them because they can wear watches again. Also, I guess he had his birthday, and Gavin Newsom wished Voldemort. I don't even know how to pronounce that. That's how little interest I have in any of that. But anyway, I do see the resemblance. Fuck Stephen Miller. This is MDC, acoustic version of 2012, End of Everything. Probably followed by Fuck Shit Up by Naked Aggression. Okay. Someone's having a thing going on outside. All right, my battery's almost charged. It's okay. No, we're doing fine on time, but yeah, for the record, statistically, crime had already hit a 30-year low. Violent crime had already hit a 30-year low in the capital, and residents statistically, according to survey, say they feel less safe after the takeover. But they're all rushing out to say, please, sir, thank you, sir, for, And we'll get to the mayor of Baltimore, if we get to the mayor of Baltimore. I just realized something. Oh. Me, I just realized something, but then I... yeah, that was... when I just realized something was actually a ridiculous idea, but I have them. Trump has a new bruise on his hand. Yeah, Carolyn Levitt just says it's from shaking hands all day. I don't care. That's the least interesting thing. Whatever. White House tours indefinitely suspended as Trump's grand ballroom plans loom. Here's what to see instead. I'm less interested in what to see instead, Yahoo creators, but I am. Here's what's interesting. So again, waste of taxpayer funds. Do we need a grand ballroom? Self-aggrandizement. What's interesting to me is we are going to listen to Fuck Shit Up by Naked Aggression. The personal choice to inconvenience yourself with construction, or is it just big enough that it won't actually inconvenience him when you're planning to move out? Again, who does renovations on a house that's temporary? That's the part that's Associated Press. Trump administration threatens some funding for 3 states for not enforcing trucker English rules. Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy says California, Washington, and New Mexico could lose millions of dollars in federal funding if they continue to fail to enforce English language requirements for truckers. Mom Donnie for president 2028. Okay. Fox News wants you to know. Zoran Mamdani's fundraising haul fueled by out-of-state donors, data reveals. Absolutely. I will donate again. I can confirm that the Mamdani campaign still sells no merchandise on their website, despite my repeated emails. They have merchandise. They have bandanas, because at least one former city council member this is true. Like bandana-sized bandanas accused them of handing out hijabs. And I'm like, ooh, how are you going to cover all your hair with that? Anyway, I don't think you know what a hijab is, and I don't think you care, because I think spreading misinformation is your goal, not the accidental byproduct of what you're doing. I think you know you're spreading misinformation, and I don't think you care. This is Reviver with Real Mean. Acoustic version. That's the theme. Hi, Duke. Bye, Duke. Duke, you want to be in this episode for International Dog Day? Jump up! Jump up, buddy. Jump up. Yeah, you can do it. Don't worry about that. Yeah, no, jump up.
Okay.
Jump up. You can do it. Yes!
I'll look back over things that I wrote 3 years ago, and I'm 10 years older. Time moves fast and time moves slow. Before you told me that I fucked up worse than none, before you whispered that I was a better person than you, I disagreed, don't anymore. And what's the use? I know the charge is so loose.
That's always debatable, but
being real, not being mean. You travel twisted. I tried to fix it more than you could ever know. To do things right and be a friend and make it right. By the thread that I could start to show. And what's the use?
so yeah, no, not to again. Welcome new subscribers. Thanks to longtime subscribers. This channel isn't for everyone. It's pretty niche content. I'm as baffled by why as many people tune in to watch me walk my dogs as they do, but you're welcome to. I will keep posting it. It said I got 7 new subscribers from just that last dog walk video, but I'm looking at my subscriber count and it looks like it's actually down. Again, that's okay. I think a lot of people are like, oh, what's this content? And then on subsequent viewings or recommendations, they're like, oh, this isn't actually for me. And that's okay. But feel free to, pop in whenever. You don't feel ever obligated to like or subscribe. I do love comments. I love comments, especially actually my favorite comments are like random comments on 4-month-old live streams answering a question where I was like, hey, I came back to bitch. This is probably what we're going to close out with. Oh. That's interesting. No. Okay. This is Dispatch from Mar-a-Lago. L7 just played the South Sound block party. I had tickets to that, but I didn't go because that happens sometimes. And seriously, if you're in the area and want to go to Bumbershoot, hit me up. I'm gonna end with Hunx and his Punx. And then head out to the show. But yeah, Zora and Mamdani's $1 million fundraising haul fueled by out-of-state donors. Fox News wants to make that a controversy. Y'all, with Citizens United, is what made that legal. So don't complain about it now. But like I said, they're coming after fundraising. Like they don't like being outspent. Again, this is L7 with Dispatches from Mar-a-Lago off of I Came Here to Bitch. I think I'm actually going to play, I Came Back to Bitch. I'm also going to play I Came Back to Bitch. This is according to The Hill, which normally is pretty pro-business and pro-this administration, but they point out tax rate for ultra-rich dropped. Oh, they're pointing out because their readership is the ultra-rich who is happy about it. Never mind. Tax rate for the ultra-rich drops dramatically after GOP tax cuts, according to a study. Yeah, that's going to be the rest of us footing that bill. All taxes becoming more regressive as we speak. Oh, again, Fox News and how they frame things. Parents blast blue state governor for extending student financial aid to illegal immigrants. The governor in question is J.B. Pritzker, and I don't know, but here in Washington, we celebrate it. I want, and I actually, and I say this as a teacher, as a parent, and as a taxpayer. I am glad that my taxes go to educate undocumented children because that benefits me and my child and society. Um, Scarcity mindset is exact. Oh, I said I was going to play the B side from this. That was Dispatch from Mar-a-Lago by L7 off of their 2020. What year did this come out? I don't know what year this came out. Anyway, I want to say 2020 release. I Came Back to Bitch. This is the song I Came Back to Bitch by L7. They just played the South Sound Block Party. I missed it even though I had tickets because I wasn't going all the way to Olympia. That's what happens when you get free tickets to shit. You're like, I know, I tried to give them away. And again, for those who are just tuning in because it's International Dog Day, there's that dog. Hot dog on a dirty carpet. But yeah, no, I'm sure you could find parents who are irate that their tax dollars go to educate undocumented children. Those undocumented children are in your community, and they're going to be adults in your community, whether you, they don't believe that. Educating children, I think, should be a nonpartisan, non-political issue. We should educate children, and we should see it as our obligation to do so. New York Post. Vanity Fair employees lash out over proposed Melania Trump cover. I will walk out the motherfucking door. I don't care. I don't care at all. Put her on the cover. Give her the Vogue because that's what she really wants. Give him the Nobel Peace Prize. I literally think if you give Trump the Nobel Peace Prize, that will actually save lives. Not because he deserves a peace prize, but because whatever toxic, horrible thing he had planned for that day, he would abandon because he'd be so happy that he won the Peace Prize. That I think it will some way save lives. Like, I just give it to him. I don't care. It doesn't cost me anything. It doesn't harm me. Just fucking give it to her. Give her the Vogue cover. They want it so desperately badly. It's so sad. Just give it to them. And I'm not saying that as a supporter. I'm definitely not as a supporter. I'm just saying, speaking of Trump supporters, Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce are engaged. That's it. Jillian Michaels has zero regrets about participating in Biggest Loser docuseries, which she called an egregious lie. Let's not forget, she is the one who called the police on a black coworker as a prank and never apologized. Fuck Jillian Michaels. Every time I'm like, wait, who is this person? Oh, she's a reality person. What is she from? Even like Real Housewives or Vanderboops or whatever. Like, I don't even give a shit about any of that shit. But I mean, I'm sorry. I don't mean reality TV. If you like reality TV, I am deep into reality TV. Just none of them is the type of reality TV I watch. But I don't judge. There's no depth or quality. I don't judge you for enjoying reality TV. It's enjoyable. Can We Get Together, followed by Blow Me Away by Hunx and His Punx, and then I'm heading out to see Hunx and His Punx. This is also according to Entertainment Weekly. Rainn Wilson says playing Dwight on The Office allows him to be a dick to people. Careful, just careful. Don't go full Chevy Chase. But what's interesting is I've noticed that in interviews, he kind of like, and I was like, he wasn't like this before. He kind of like channels Dwight. Like he'll just make a face or a wince or like, and then he'll say a cutting or a cutting remark. Like he does. He, after 9 years of playing Dwight Schrute, he channels him a little bit. I would say just don't give in to that too much. Don't go full Chevy Chase. And then, I already reported this. Rolling Stone, Lil Nas X breaks silence on arrest and felony charges. That was fucking terrifying. Lil Nas X's return to social media for the first time since he was arrested and charged with 4 felonies earlier this week. On Monday, the rapper pleaded not guilty after he was accused of charging at Los Angeles police officers while roaming the streets of Studio City in his underwear and a pair of cowboy boots. In a disconcerted state over the weekend, he originally went to the hospital and was like on a drug watch, but he wasn't on drugs, but they're still making him go to NA because they do that. And also, I don't believe, video or he did or it didn't happen. I don't believe he assaulted a cop. And I like how they're not even accusing him of like assaulting a cop, of charging a cop, of like, I don't trust cops. I don't trust cops. Oh. Yeah, no, Raja Jackson attacks wrestler Psycho Stu. The good news is Psycho Stu has regained consciousness. This was at a WWE event. Dude was clearly like unconscious, and other dude was like punching him out. And I guess it was a staged. I don't know. Anyway, that shit was fucked up. I actually saw that video, and that was like traumatizing. Like, there's wrestling, and then there's just like fucking like head punching like an unconscious person. It's kind of what? Me when I get in trouble because I was like, I'm going straight to the show, and then I don't go to the show. I am going to the show. I'm going to play one more Wimp song. This is Vampire. Now I kind of want to play Gen Champion. See, now I just want to stay here all night and vibe with you all. And like, I'm not. It's a weeknight. I don't even want to go to a show. I mean, talk me out of it. Like, but if I don't go soon, I will miss this band because I'm pretty sure they're not the opener. But yeah, the show starts at 7. The show has started. Oh, Nike and Caitlin Clark unveil official logo for Caitlin Clark's upcoming signature collection. It feels, I mean, it's, given how iconic the Nike swoosh is, it feels very busy, and it feels like a tech company's logo from the 90s. Like, I'm not here to roast Caitlin Clark's logo. That this is the shit. The logo wear is coming out in 2025 in November, and then this is like a $28 million deal for this merchandise. So that better be a good logo. But that feels like AT&T in the 90s. Am I wrong? And then, like, the swoosh is so iconic. Like, and the swoosh is not complicated. I don't love it yet, but Caitlin Clark's new logo has been unveiled, and then the shoe is coming out in 2026. This is Dump by Wimps. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for watching. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being you. Boop.